goal is that everyone builds off the question and off the response I have. Does that make sense? So we're going to start here, and we're going to snake our way around when I come to this table. So Judith, you'll be first at this table. Helen, you'll be first here. I'm going to start with Gabby. Okay? So listen to the responses I give. And we're going to see if we can ask 9 probes, open or closed, totally your call. See if we can successfully just do nothing but ask questions. All right, you're on. Go for it. I'm a case manager, and you're asking questions. You're finding we've already introduced yourself. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And now you're trying to figure out what I'm all about.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I'm one of the representatives.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
You doing good?
Connie,
Oh.
that was your question. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Do I place skilled nursing patients? I sure do. In fact, I have a pretty healthy log, and I think we refer, often to various post-acute facilities, skilled being one of them.
What do you see? What are some of the benefits you see out of that? Like, what are some of the outcomes that you so often see from some patients?
Well, it really depends on the facility. There's so many of them in the area here that we just kind of, a lot of it's based on family choice, and they go where they go. But for the most part, we see very very positive responses to the patients that go for whatever needs they have, whether it's rehab or longer term or step down, whatever it may be. So generally speaking, pretty happy with the overall selection that we have there, and a positive experiences all there.
Any specific patients you have in trouble facing?
Yeah. Depends.
What would you say is the highest percentage of patients you have seen for facilities like mine, since you're currently outpatient?
I'd say, we have a list, and I'd say, maybe a third of the time to go to Kindred. I mean, there's usually 3 facilities that families choose from, and Kindred's usually one of those 3. So again, it really comes down to family choice and patient choice. But I'd say you're definitely in the mix.
Have you had good feedback?
I sure have.
Have you had any patients who return back to the acute after being at a SNF for 2 weeks or less than 30 minutes?
Oh, it happens all the time. Not all the time, but yeah, it has happened.
I hear that you're having recently several cardiac patients that you're trying to place. What are some of your biggest challenges in placing these cardiac patients when you're concerned about readmission?
I think for us is making sure that they receive the proper care in the SNF setting. A lot of times we'll send a cardiac patient to the SNF, and they'll say, hey, we can take care of them, X, Y, Z, and then we find out that the rehabilitation program isn't as aggressive as we thought, or maybe they're just a little bit too acute because they have so many comorbidities going on that we should have went to a more acute level of care like a long-term acute center. So sometimes we see a little bit of a mismatch with what people say they can do versus what they often receive. At that case, we get that readmitted and maybe that's back to our facility for a week or so, and then we'll discharge them out.
Are you aware that Kindred also has LTACs, or do you have medication to outside of PPH? You can transition them over to the LTAC and with United Upland Care?
Yeah, I'm aware that you guys are that whole space, and you guys kind of occupy that whole area, the whole care thing. All right, let's keep going.
In terms of placement, what would be your preference for the time span for us to go back to whether we accept the patient or not?
Oh, immediately. 2 hours or less, I would say.
2 hours or less?
Yeah. Fine.
You mentioned that the admission is supposed to be 30 days. Is there something that we can learn from that? Something that we can different in our filing to have better outcomes?
talking about though? Because I mean, are we talking about a specific patient or everybody? Because it really depends.
So what would be an ideal situation for you
Oh, just a quick turnaround. I mean, I want a quick turnaround. I want my families knowing that they're being taken care of. But at the same time, I want to make sure that they're not going to, that when they do get discharged from the facility, that I'm not going to be instantly hit, because that's something that quality measures, you know, I'm being evaluated on too.
I don't know if we have a any facility.
Yeah, but don't all facilities have a cardiac program?
My question? Since you said that fast turnaround is important to you.
No, I'm talking about, but don't all cardiac programs exist in skilled facilities?
Is that important to you?
Well, yeah.
We're losing them.
Have you ever been out to our facility?
No.
To look at our rehab center?
No, I've referred by that.
Okay.
Since you've never been to our facility, could I do an in-service where I could invite you and several of your other case manager, colleagues to our facility?
Yeah, I really don't have enough time. We're
Um,
going back to old ways, guys. We're doing so well. We're going back to
He's
old
going
ways.
close. We started very
It started taking a turn.
I
here.
saw
I
it.
actually, you had mentioned that, to cut down on
There you
rehospitalization.
go.
And you were wondering that some of the facilities didn't, keep up their end of the deal per se.
Yeah.
When you admitted your cardiac patients, I actually have some outcome data here specifically towards the cardiac patient. If I could share that with you and with your staff, I think that would be very interesting.
You know, I don't have a lot of time right now.
Okay.
Can you give me a couple days for?
There you go, done. That was it. So I was hoping to get there, somewhere around here. It's okay, we got there. But you guys see, nice, so we set it up, nice. Eventually, the first round, eventually we found out over here that readmission and cardiac is a big flag. We kind of developed it over here. Be careful with going back into old ways. Well, is that important to you? You know, are you managing any patients that would benefit? Well, yeah. I mean, be careful with the old ways of how we get into that routine. Be specific. Paint the profile. Listen to what I'm saying. Readmission, cardiac. Build on that. Talk about outcomes. Set up an appointment. And then that's your selling opportunity. Make sense? Helpful exercise? And guys, it's possible. Because look at this. All we did was ask questions. So all we did was ask questions. So now I'm not saying that, you know, you're going to ask 27 questions when you meet your case manager obviously. I get that. But now when you interact with the case manager, when you talk about the features and benefits and the cardiac service program that, let's face it, you and everybody else has, right? Everyone, can you care for cardiac? Sure, everyone can. Everyone's going to have a program. Everyone's going to have great doctors. Everyone has great nurses. Break it down for me. How are you going to differentiate yourself? And this is how you do it. Now when we're going to have that dialogue, I'm ready to listen. I understand what you're trying to talk about. It's a lot to digest for, you know, a 1-hour workshop, but noodle on these tools and really challenge yourself every day. And with time, it will start to do it. All right, it's break time. Oh, you have a question?
No, I just wanted to comment.
So comment and then break time. Yes.
No, it was a great dialogue, because again, the mixture of both, but also understand too, as we incorporate part of, that's what, you always have that next call.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get every bit of this in that 30 second, you know, if we can, absolutely negotiate for more time, but no, that's part of what Salesforce document, this is what I got, so you build upon that. So you're able to go back and say, okay, this, you know, Mr. Lawrence has his, sees a lot of cardiac patients, and he's really into readmit, and that's when you really go back and say, okay. And then also, you know, letting them know, so, Lawrence, if I can share with you some information about how, as our facility, we look at our cardiac program and we take it in totality with our respiratory, with our PT and OT, as well as our clinical team, and also with the tools that we have in place and protocols to help prevent patients from reading it with SBAR 96-hour watchback, then if I share all that with you, would you be comfortable in sending us as patients to give us a try? So you're all also probing to set yourself up for the year.
Yeah, contracting for drinks. Keep it moving. Okay, so let's take a break. We'll do 10 minutes. Seems to be working well for everyone. So we'll come out. It's a little more than 10 minutes. So about 10:35, and then we'll start talking.